Well, Colts Nation, it is finally official. Anthony Richardson is missing his third straight practice. It looks like Gardner Minshew will be the starter going into Baltimore. And, that kind of kills the mood a little bit for a game that would have been absolutely electric, having Lamar Jackson and Anthony Richardson on the field together. But I don't know about you, but I have complete trust in Gardner Minshew. Right, he's been in this Shane Steichen offense for a little while now, so he knows what he's supposed to do with the ball. He'll be able to direct things. He can probably communicate things better than Anthony Richardson can at this point, so it should work out well. He doesn't have the cannon of an arm like Anthony Richardson does, but he knows where to go with the ball. He's pretty accurate with the ball for the most part, so I trust in that. I trust that we'll be able to get the run game going. The way the offensive line look against Houston and the way they're opening up holes and the way Zach Moss is able to actually hit the holes, I have faith in the run and the pass game this week, even with Anthony Richardson being out. But that is the big news for today is Anthony Richardson being out of the lineup for this upcoming Sunday. Okay, some other injury news for the Colts. The stuff that I know so far, guys that are at practice, guys that aren't practicing today. Ryan Kelly not practicing today, also because of concussion. Looks like he is also going to be held out. And Wesley French will be the guy that steps in at center once again for this upcoming day. And then sticking with the offensive line, I'm not sure so far if Quentin Nelson is practicing Friday. I haven't seen any reports of it so far. Colts practice just started at noon. I'm recording just after noon, but he has not practiced at all this week. So hopefully he's able to get into practice on Friday. If he doesn't practice, that's when the offensive line starts to get a little bit worrisome going into Baltimore. So hopefully he's able to come back. But overall, we're going to need him all right for the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens there. The good news is that Kenny Moore was limited in practice on Wednesday, and then he did not practice on Thursday. Good news is that he is back on the practice field Friday. So it looks like we're going to have Kenny Moore. He's going to be able to guard Zay Flowers out of the slot, unless they start lining Kenny Moore on the outside full time. We'll see if that's a thing. But does look like Kenny Moore, just got a Veterans Day off on Thursday. You know what I mean? Let him heal up a little bit, let that knee rest up. But he's back on the practice field Friday, and that's great news. And then Grover Stewart's been limited both Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like he'll be good to go. He's just keeping it light. It's a foot injury. He's a big dude. It makes sense to let him keep a light day, right? He's probably been the most dominant person on the defensive line so far this season, even with as good as DeForest Buckner's been. So, Big Grove, he should be just fine going into Sunday. Okay, but then you look at the Ravens and their injuries. And remember, they had a lot of them. Some of these guys we're definitely not going to see this upcoming game, like Marcus Williams. But Odell Beckham Jr., they're talking about how his ankle injury is not serious, but he hasn't practiced this week. So I'm not sure if he's going to be out this week and then, maybe come back next week. I don't know. The Ravens, I believe, are not practicing yet. I can't find anything about any live updates on their practice. So I assume they're not practicing yet. So we'll wait and see if OBJ is going to be in the game or not. But so far, not practiced yet this week. Jadeveon Clowney, he missed practice on Wednesday due to an illness. He ended up coming back on Thursday, had a full practice, so he's good to go. Devin Duvernay, also the only other person on the Ravens injury report where his designation changed from limited to full participant with a shoulder injury. Now, what I did see is that Justice Hill, the guy that stepped in for J.K. Dobbins as the number one running back, he's on the injury report with a foot injury and did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. And the last thing I saw right before I started recording was that Justice Hill looked like he probably wasn't going to play this week. So we'll see what happens there. They still have Gus Edwards. They re-signed Kenyon Drake, who played there last year and can slide right in. Kenyon Drake was also in our building. Okay, he might be able to help them do some homework on us. So we'll see what happens with that situation. But it does look like Justice Hill going to be out, and they'll be rocking with Gus Edwards as a lead back. Marlon Humphrey for sure not going to be in the game. Tyler Lindenbaum and Ronnie Stanley, we'll have to see about them. They haven't practiced this week, so probably not. Odafe Owe, he's another guy whose injury is not considered serious, but he hasn't practiced this week. So it doesn't look like he's going to play at this point. And then Marcus Williams, torn pec, definitely not playing. So we're only 3 weeks into the NFL season, and there's some big names that are out of this game, right? If this was a week 1 game, like with the week 1 rosters, this game would have been really, really exciting. I still think again this is going to be a good game. You look at the injuries; this could either hit the under because there's so many star names out, or this could hit the over because there's so many star names out. But either way, I think it's going to be a good game, and I'll have a full game preview tomorrow. I want to wait until the final injury report comes out to do that game preview. So I'm going to wait to get you guys that tomorrow. But make sure you subscribe with notifications on. There's about 85% of the people that come to this channel and return to this channel to watch the content that are not subscribed. If you're one of those people, please hit that subscribe button. It's a great free way to support the channel, and I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate having your support through this NFL season. With that said, I hope that you guys have a wonderful Friday, and as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.